Hey students, so today we are going to discuss the topic of context clues. So sometimes while reading, you find a word that you don't know. Instead of stopping to use a dictionary, you can look at the words and sentences around the unknown word. So these nearby words are called context clues. Okay, so they basically help you guess the meaning of difficult words. So context clues are nearby words and phrases that helps you figure out the meaning of an unknown word. Okay, so here we have some examples. Okay, so Maureen asked for expedite service for her passport so that she'd have it in time for her trip. Okay, so here we have context clue is like so that she'd have it in time. It means that she needed it fast for her trip. It means that hurry up. Okay. So the next one is you can guess that expedite means hurried or sped up. So at this city council meeting, Mr. Harrington lambasted the mayor for refusing to address the city's traffic problem. Okay, so here we have context clue is like for refusing to address the city's traffic problem. Okay, so the meaning of the lambasted is like criticized or verbally attacked. Like he was upset with the mayor, so he criticized him. Okay, so the next one is now suppose you are giving a paragraph and are asked to point out the word that has the same meaning as the mentioned word giving in the question. Look at the example below. Okay, select the word that means ordinary. So, mundane is the correct answer. Why? Because the context clue is extraordinary feats. Like extraordinary means not ordinary or special. Like mundane task is opposite. Like everyday, boring, or ordinary task like washing dishes. Okay. So here we have another activity. Find words using context. Select the words that means very noisy and lively. Okay. For robotics competition, teams spend weeks designing their robots and programming them to do battle against competitors. Report the resulting robot games are often boisterous, watching their creations perform against the human competitors don't hold back from whooping and cheering. Okay. So the answer is boisterous, which means very noisy and lively. Why? Because don't hold back from whooping and cheering. Plus competition means that noisy, energetic, very busy and lively. Okay? So select the word that means unimportant. Okay, read this paragraph. Yes, the answer is stray. Why? Because chasing his hunting dog and plus it referring to the dog. A dog with no owner wandering in the phrase war of the stray dog. Like the draw that like the dog caused it, but the dog itself was unimportant compared to the war. Okay, so stray also means not belonging to anyone. Okay, so the next one is determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. Okay, so when you encounter unfamiliar words when reading a text, you can use synonyms as context clues to help determine the word's meaning. Synonyms are the words with the same or nearly the same meaning. Okay, so like when you come across a difficult or unfamiliar word, you can look at nearby words in a sentence, which is context clues, to figure out what it means. So, same in the case, synonyms are the words that have the same or familiar meaning, like happy and cheerful. Okay, so here we have example. Jessica beyond personality is infectious. Whenever we spend time together, I end up in a cheerful mood too. So the target word is buoyant, which means like clue words is cheerful. Because cheerful is used to describe the same kind of mood, you can figure out that buoyant means happy, upbeat, or full of energy. Okay. Okay, here we have another practice question. Like you have to find synonyms in a paragraph. To find synonyms in a longer passage, read how words connect to each other in the text. Okay, so read the passage carefully, then we will discuss. So read the passage, then select the synonyms of the word in bold. Okay, so here we have compensation. The synonym for compensation in the passage is pay. Both words refer to money received for work. Okay. What is the meaning of the word compensation as used in the passage? Okay. Money giving for doing a job. Okay. Here we have next question. Determine the meaning of the words using synonyms in the clues. Okay. Here we have another question. A tradition with roots in ancient Mexico. A funeral is a celebration of a girl's 15th birthday and passage to adulthood. Family and friends gather and bestow bracelets, necklaces, and medals upon the girl's parents and grandparents may also give her special message or advice. Read the passage, then select the synonyms of the word in bold. What is the meaning of bestow as used in the passage? Here we have clue word in the passages like give, like family bestow gifts, parents give message. Okay, so target word is bestow, like give. Okay, okay. So the next one is determine the meaning of words using antonyms in the context. Okay, so antonyms are the words with opposite meanings, whereas synonyms were the words with same or almost the same meaning. Okay, so just like synonyms, antonyms can also be used when you encounter unfamiliar words as a context clues to help determine the words. Okay, so look at the example below. Although the bank's employees thought that the currency looked real, the federal investigator easily determined that the bills were counterfeit. Okay, so the target word is counterfeit, and clue word antonym is real, means like notice the word although. It hints that an opposite idea is coming. Okay, so meaning is like since it is the opposite of real, counterfeit means fake. Okay. So look for contrasting words or transition words like however, but, although to support antonyms. So here's a passage like Dory is a new addition to the Gloucester's High School softball team has improved quickly and become an adept hitter. On defense, however, she is still somewhat clumsy and frequently misses easy catches. Okay, so select the antonym of the bold word. Yes, adept. The word clumsy is used as the opposite comparison to adept, highlighted by the word however. Okay. What is the meaning of adept as used in the passage? Highly skilled. Okay. Okay. So, massage therapy is a popular treatment for relieving stress and pain, but it is not for everyone. Massages are intended to calm patients, but they often perturb those who are uncomfortable with an unfamiliar touch. Okay. So read the passage, then select the antonym of the word in bold. Further. Here we have target word is pertra, which the clue word in the passage is like calm. Notice the word but, showing a contrast. Okay. So antonym is calm. Like select the antonym of the word in the bold. So antonym is calm. What is the meaning of the word perturb as used in the passage? Yes, option C is correct. To bother or upset, you can say. Okay, use context to identify the meaning of a word. Okay, so as you're reading, you can often figure out the meaning of an unknown word by looking at the words and phrases that surround it. The familiar words and phrases that help you determine the meaning of an unfamiliar word are called context clues. Okay, so here we have question. Here are some examples of how context clues can be used to determine the meaning of unknown words. Okay. Marta attempted to placate the angry customer by offering him a free cup of coffee. Okay. So from the sentence, you can guess that Marta's kind gesture was meant to calm the angry customer. The context helps you understand that placate means to make someone less angry. So target word is placate, and the context clue is like offering a free cup of coffee to an angry customer is a kind gesture meant to calm them down. So exact meaning is like placate means to make someone less angry or to calm someone down. Okay. So the next one is avoid deleterious actions such as eating junk food and smoking. Okay. So target word is deleterious. Okay. The sentence list eating junk food and smoking as examples. Since both of those are bad for your health, the word must describe bad action. Okay. So its meaning is like deleterious meaning is causing harm or damage. Okay. The next one is Eric was extroverted, unlike his shy sister. Okay. So the target word is extroverted. Here we have clue is like the phrase, unlike his shy sister, tell you that Eric is the opposite of shy. So extrovert meaning is like outgoing or sociable. Okay, so use context to identify the meaning of a word. Okay, so read this passage very carefully, then we will discuss the. Okay, what is the meaning of predetermined as used in the passage? Yes, set in advance. Okay, so select the text from the passage that best helps you understand what predetermined means. Like it starts with, like the team discovered that they could observe a pattern of brain's activity that would allow them to predict the subject decision to press a button up to 7 seconds before the subject actually reported making his or her decision. Okay. So the next one is, what is the meaning of scrutinized as used in the passage? It means examine closely. Select the text from the passage that helps you understand what scrutinized means. Okay. So yes, carefully monitoring the results and searching for patterns.